Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it, and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today, we're discussing the Panerai Radiomir 1940 Marina Militare 3 Days PAM 587, a 2014 limited edition of 1,000 pieces. This watch, in stainless steel, measures 47 millimeters in diameter with a curious cushion case characteristic of Panerai references. The watch designed to represent a sort of transition from the era of the original wire lug Panerai 3646 combat watch to the era of the 1950s reference 6152. And if you look at a historic Panerai reference 6154, you can really see a good example of where this case shape came from. So 47 millimeters in diameter, and because of a genuine 1950s inspired thermoplastic or plexiglass crystal, the watch is a bit chunky in thickness, 16.4 millimeters thick, 57 millimeters from lug to lug across the wrist with a 26 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Pop it open and you can see that the watch features, let's get real close here, traditional Panerai screw-fixed bars, not just a very secure system, but an easy one to release if you wish to engage in strap swapping, and no brand has more aftermarket and OEM strap options than Officine Panerai. The diver-style strap with a little bit of a fluted texturing on its top, removing material and making it more pliant and thus more comfortable. The Italian-made natural vulcanized rubber strap with little air pockets on both sides to allow the wrist to breathe, and a simple polished steel spade style, or one might say trapezoidal style pin buckle for quick on-the-fly adjustments. You have the Radiomir 1940 case, which features a little bit of a different case contour than the standard wire lug rod, but more pronounced, and the largest distinction, the strong welded on lugs, which you can see project out with considerable contact and surface area grip. They are integral to the case in a way the wire lugs never were. Now, this is a transitional watch, so you have the sort of shape of a Luminor, or a 6152 as it was known back in the day, but you don't have the crown guard system. Instead, you still have the Rolex-inspired screw-down crown. Remember, most of the historic Panerai combat watches were made by Rolex, and so the screw-down crown would have been an oyster historically. You can see the Panerai 1970s logo with a blasted base and relieved and polished face on the crown, and then there's that thermoplastic, giving the off-axis distortion that we associate with vintage watches. The dial is a black sandwich dial, which means matte black. It has a stencil in black that is placed over a fully loomed disc. Now, that fully loomed disc below shines through the stencil, creating outstanding legibility at night, but also a three-dimensional effect since there is some height above that fully loomed disc, and it gives the watch a distinctively Panerai appearance. Lights on or lights out. Rose gold hands. The watch features a subsidiary setting mode that allows you to move the hour hand independent of the minutes. This is excellent for travelers who might be crisscrossing time zones, and you can see Marina Militare, the signature of watches made for the Italian Navy, as Panerai combat watches in the 1930s were originally conceived for use with the Italian Navy and were used as such right up through the 1980s, though very little construction took place after the 50s. Now, the timepiece features a manufacture movement, water resistant down to 100 meters thanks to the screwed-in caseback and screw-down crown. This is manufacturer caliber P3000 manual wind twin mainspring barrels, 72-hour or 3-day power reserve. This 21 jewel movement features a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for shock resistance, and you can see the size of that balance. It makes up in moment of inertia what it lacks in absolute beat rate, beating away at 21.6. So this is a very shock resistant and accurate movement. You can see the pivots or arbors of the twin mainsprings and a satin finish across the bridges with black polished screws and an engine turning on the base plate. The look of the 3/4 style bridge, it's actually split in half for maintenance purposes, but it has the look of a 3/4 with the longitudinal satin finish that you would have seen on a Rolex Côte d'Ivoire pocket watch movement or an Angelus SF240 in historic Panerai watches. Those would not have been as nicely finished, nor would they have been visible through a sapphire caseback, but you get the idea. It's an homage to history. You can see and you can own this 1,000 piece special series PAM 587 on the Watchbox. Panerai Radiomir 1940 PAM 587 by night.